an imprinted spine and how do you find it and why do we use it? So in an instance, when you're doing a workout in Pilates in the supine position, so lying on your back, and if you have low back pain, if your core isn't strong enough to keep your legs elevated into the air, you feel that pull on your low spine and the workouts begin to not feel so good to you in your back or any point during that type of a workout, you can go ahead and imprint your spine, which means there's no space between your low back and the mat. If you had a little blueberry behind in between your low spine, you'd completely squish that blueberry. So let's practice finding that together. Begin with your legs extended. I want you to go ahead and bring your right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. Now, if you can see through the camera here that I have a arch, a pretty good size arch between my low spine for an exaggeration purpose, I want you to go ahead and tilt your pelvis back. So all of your ribs should be on the mat now, and as your core is engaged, you'll feel that deep core engagement here in your transverse abdominis. From here, I want you to go ahead and practice a few breaths just holding this position. So opening up your chest nice and wide, palms resting on the mat. We inhale through our nose, feeling our rib cage expand out to the sides. Exhale through the mouth, feeling your ribs knit together. One more time, we inhale through the nose, feeling your rib cage expand. Exhale through the mouth. Nicely done. Now through those exercises, did you feel your back try to peel up off the mat, or were you able to keep your spine nice and suctioned down there? So this is what I'm talking about when I reference find your imprinted spine in the mat. Now the goal in Pilates is, as I mentioned, to have a slight arch in that for that neutral pelvis, but over time, and as we've learned from biomechanics and different surgeries over the years, Mr. Joe Pilates initially intended for Pilates to be done, all of his exercises, in a neutral spine position, neutral pelvis position. But as I mentioned, over the years we have discovered that it is mostly more comfortable for people to have their spine imprinted into the mat during those exercises when our legs are elevated in the air. So I recommend during your workouts, if you feel that it becomes uncomfortable to you when your legs are elevated in the air, and you feel that discomfort in your low spine, or if you feel that your core isn't to a point where it's strong enough to keep your legs elevated, go ahead and imprint your spine. I, for one, have a bulging disc currently in my back, and so for me it is most comfortable to have my feet elevated in the air with my spine imprinted. So listen to your body, do what feels good to you, and thanks for stopping by.